Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review is going to be a new tool bag from Veto Pro Pac. Just got it in the mail. It's the TPLD Blackout. You can see the barcode there. I don't know if you can scan it some way through YouTube. And this has been a bag that's kind of caught my eye ever since the Practical Gadgeteer. He mentioned it during the spring promotion that he really wanted to get this bag, but it's never really been available yet. You can see it's been in the catalogs. There's the TPLD. There's the picture of it, all the V-swap panels and things you can get with it. But it's always said coming soon, and then even though it's been on that tier list for the spring promotion, if you clicked on it, it always said join wait list, so it's never been an option to be able to buy it. Well, Vito sent me an email and said the TPLD is now available, and there's a few weeks left of the spring promotion, and that's ultimately why this is sitting in front of me right now, because you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Joey, you just bought the MB5B to get that SBLD for free. You just started using that. What in the world are you doing buying another bag? Well, I ended up buying it because this has got the same kind of footprint as that SBLD, but it's also got this cover. And if you remember my video for that, to me, that's the one thing that this bag is missing. If it had a cover, to me, it would be the perfect bag. And there's been a few instances where I've missed this cover, whether it's rain or whatever it might be, or just the appearance of it. So that's why I went ahead and bought this, and I thought, well, if I wait and decide that I can't live without my cover on there 2 months from now and I go to buy this bag because now I want this bag, I'm not going to get that DP3 for free, so that's why I went ahead and bought it now. And what I'll do is I'll end up selling one of the two of these, whichever one that I can live or live without. I'm probably actually for sure going to sell this now as we get into it. So ultimately, that's why I bought it. So it's not as if I'm just love having Veto bags thrown around. I will end up at some point, once I decide on which one I want to keep, I will get rid of the other ones, whether it's I meet somebody on a job site and they're looking for a bag or whatever it might be. So what is this bag? Why might you want it? Well, to me, it's the TPLD. That's a perfect name for it because here's the TPLC and here's the SBLD. So this has 34 interior and exterior pockets. So does the TPLC, and it's a very similar layout, almost pretty much identical. If you've got the layout of the TPLC, this is essentially that bag. So it's exactly the same. That's the TP part. And then you also have the LD part in that it's got the footprint of this bag. So it's a little bit bigger than the TPLC, even though it's got the same exact pocket layout. So if we open both these up, here's going to be the differences kind of between all three of these. That's what this video is going to be about. I'm not going to do a loadout or anything like that. I'm just kind of showing you the features of this because, again, that promo is still going on. I'm trying to get this out there so that you can see it, and maybe this is the right bag for you and you want to get a DP3 for free. So differences between this and the LC, for one, it's going to be blackout, so it's got a whole different look to it. It's also got that newer Velcro, a little bit easier to open versus the TPLC, even though that's not hard. It's more so the back Velcro that's a little bit tougher. This one opens a little bit easier. And then on the inside, whenever we get into the layout, again, the outside layout, identical. There's no difference in these except for the pockets are going to have to be bigger because the bag is bigger, even though it doesn't really necessarily drastically look like it. You do have that. If I look at the interior pockets of the TPLC and I contrast that or compare that to the TPLD, you can see it's pretty much the same amount. I've got all the same side pockets, the same back pockets. These two pockets are the same. The only real visible difference is right here, I've only got 2 slots, but they're wider. And up here on the TPLD, I've got 3 slots that are a little bit skinnier. But this one also has a little something there that I'll show you in just a minute. So you'd say to yourself, looks like to me it's the same exact bag. Well, that's appearance-wise, and then also with the amount of pockets and all those, it exactly is. But let me go ahead and shut these, flip it on its side here. You might not be able to visually even tell that much of a difference right here. So again, this is wider than what this is. So these pockets, even though you got the same pockets, you got more room inside these pockets than what you have here. The big difference is when you flip it here, I think you'll definitely be able to tell it here. The TPLC is 4.5 inches right here versus the TPLD is 6 inches. So you're gaining 1.5 inches. So again, think about a 2x4. That's the amount of room that you're gaining inside of there. They're both the same this way. They are both 7.5 inches this way. So as far as the width of the bag, staring at it in the face, you look at it in this direction, they're going to be pretty much identical. Again, from this point of view, they look exactly the same. It's that side view that's a little bit different. And where that comes into play is right here in this middle section. If I look inside of there, even though it's hard to tell, you've got more room. That extra 1.5 inches is basically between these front pockets and these pockets right here. the TPLC, you can see they're touching each other. I don't have as much room. I can't stick stuff down in there without being able to, you know, have to take stuff out to be able to get into that. So that's where that extra 1.5 inches comes. And then also again, over here on your outside pockets. But then the biggest difference is probably going to be the fact that it's blackout. So not only the fact that I got a little bit more room on the inside for holding things again like meters or something like that. Maybe I've got a, let me grab a meter over here. You know, if I take this and I try to put it between these two right here, if I needed the room for that, I'm not going to be able to do that as easy as what I can. Again, with this SBLD, there's kind of a slot down in there for that. But where it comes into play even more so again is the fact that this is blackout and that it's got the V-swap panels. Because the TPLC, this is my layout. Doesn't matter if I want to change it. Doesn't matter what I want to do. Whether I want more room up here in the front, don't want to use these pockets. The only way I can do that is to smash these down, and they're going to always fold back out. And every time I take and put the thing back in there, I'm going to have to push that back down again. That's going to be my only option on that. Versus with this with the TPLD, I've got V-swap now, so I can take out this front pouch if I want to. And here's the difference with that one. Again, I've got those 3 slots instead of 2 wider ones. Also has this stretchy band right here that you can take and put stuff in that fits kind of in that open spot. But I can also just leave this out altogether. If I've got enough room for tools right here with the sides, the back, and these two, I can now have this open spot to throw, whether it's a bit holder box, an impact, M12 drill, whatever it is. I can now have this open space, or I can also take and remove the back panel. It's also another option that I can remove this. They also sell a bulk panel, or you can just leave it like this. Really fill this thing up with something big that you use and just use the outside for some tools or whatever it is. Or maybe you want to use the front one. Maybe you just got a few hand tools along with the side ones and you want to put something inside of here. Again, that's the beauty of the blackout versions and the V-swap to me, is that even if I can get the same layout, the same amount of pockets as what I can get with that TPLC, I can still adjust it as needed. Even later on down the road, if my jobs change, I can then do something different with that. So again, it's got all those same features, all those 34 exterior pockets. It's got the little loop, hanging loop right here. And then also in the back has the same thing as the TPLC, in that you could open this up, see if I can get a picture. Maybe I can get the light to shine in that. There's 2 slots down in here as well. Again, that's more for a laptop, but again, you can obviously, again, take your, if you're not going to use it for anything else, here's the Fluke 324. It fits, but it makes it kind of hard for that to Velcro shut. But you could put obviously some tools and different things back there if you want to as well. So you got the same exact kind of room, all those things. So how does it differ? So that's how it's the same, yet differs from the TPLC. What about the SBLD? Well, of course, the obvious difference is going to be you've got this cover, whereas on the SBLD you don't. It has the same exact base. So that 6-inch base from here by 7 inches or by 7.5 inches this way on the, so it's 6 by 7.5. I probably just messed that all up. So 6 by 7.5, same exact base. So it's the same exact width bag as the SBLD. So what are you missing then? What's the difference between this one and that one other than the cover? Well, of course, this SBLD, the big selling point for that to me is this back zipper section where I can fit an installation driver, a meter, all those things inside of there. Super nice. I really like that fact of it. And again, if they make a bag that has this and has a cover, it'll be the for sure bag that I buy. The one difference, the downside to that is there's not a lot of room for tools up in here. I basically have just what I have in the TPLD. This is really all the tool section that you get in the SBLD. You basically get these 4 slots. These 2 right here, that's what you're getting right here. That's all the room that you have for hand tools. So basically all that extra room that you have in the back has now just been moved up here to the front. So some people might like that. All your tools are in one spot. I don't have to get some tools from here, unzip this and get some tools from there. So some people prefer that. And then again, you've obviously got this front flap with this little small parts bag pouch right here. And then that can cover up your tools. You don't have to worry about if it's raining and things like that. But so yeah, guys, that is that TPLD. Again, a good mix to me between the TPLC and then also the TPLD. So maybe you're in the market for a bag and a TPLC is too small for you, and then maybe an MCT is too big for you, both of these bags right here are right in the middle of those, in my opinion. You just different ways of storage, different looks to them. To me, this is a cleaner look as well. If I set this in somewhere, this looks cleaner to me than what this does. You don't have to worry about, you know, what's the appearance of my tools that are inside my bag and all that kind of stuff. This just is a clean look. That's the main thing that I like about it. But then again, also you get the protection of it as well. So again, this isn't going to be a loadout video. If you're interested in me doing one in this, I might do one in a little while. You can let me know that in the comments below, because again, I've just now got it in the mail. I haven't even really thought about how I'm going to put tools and things like that in it. So just letting you know it's out there more than anything, because there's only a few days left of the spring promotion. And if you're in the market for a bag, the more information that you can get to make sure you get the right bag, but then also get a free bag, that's all I'm trying to help you with here. So hope this video is helpful, useful in some way. Let me know in the comments below. As always, stay safe, have a blessed day. See you on the next video.